the rudiments, the fundamental elements of Sumerian culture everywhere across the globe.
Right.
Why? Because that was the point from which they all dispersed.
Yeah.
Was from Sumeria. Was from the Sumerian culture, the first post-flood civilization. So they were all carrying the nucleus of Sumerian culture with them across the earth, and they're all carrying the same seed across the earth.
Right.
And so it's very simple to explain within the biblical context.
Yeah,
Outside of the biblical context, nobody can really explain how it is that all of these disparate cultures that are separated by vast oceans and sundered by different tongues, different languages, can have the same myths. How is that possible? Unless they had a similar origin, a similar civilization, a similar culture, and they did. It was Sumer, it was Nimrod, it was Babel.
Yeah. So what do you think now that we're now here? We can, it doesn't matter if you know the language or not. You can Google Translate. You can start communicating language, the curse, if you will, that God sent down, and I shouldn't call it a curse, but God's forcing man to expand and to multiply. Now that that's been fixed, okay, they even use Babel as one way to learn languages. You know, they call it Babel. So now that that's changed, do you see that accelerating now from this point on, the end time? Do you see an acceleration of the Generation 6 or Genesis 6 scenario? Do you see it now accelerating or no?
You know, people reference the Babel translation technology that's coming out, among others, as you've pointed out. That one day we're all going to be able to understand each other and essentially speak the same language. Well, what people don't realize is that has already occurred. The language that we all speak, the language that you and I are speaking right now, we're speaking two languages right now. We're speaking the English language that's being communicated verbally and vocally,
Yeah.
but we're also speaking in binary code. Binary code is the universal language now. Binary code is a language. It's ones and zeros. It's running the internet. It's running every interface that we use with technology. Binary code. You and I are speaking right now. We are communicating in binary code. It's more accurate to say that our computers, our devices, are communicating with one another and with the internet through binary code. And there isn't another code. It's binary code across the earth. So there is already a universal language. It's called binary code. We're all speaking the binary language. It's already happened.
It's already here. It's the binary code is
one language, a binary code, and we're already using it. And
it's one language.
Yeah, you're right.
Across the planet.
Wow.
And that is the language, binary code. It's the base code. It's the base language that's going to provide the translation into the vocal languages.
Right.
But the language is already there. It's called binary code.
And when you think about the binary
code, it's mathematical.
The binary code.
Pull out of your bank, like if you're in Israel, it's shekels. If you're in, I was in India this year, it's rupees, okay? It converts it on the spot. You don't have to try to figure out how much to give them. The binary code is already connecting the financial community, the communication community, the military communities. I mean, this is crazy, isn't it, Tim? I mean, this thing is...
It's ones and zeros.
Wow.
That's our language.
Great
our
point.
Language is the language of technology is comprised of ones and zeros. Amen. And that's it. Amen. And it is ubiquitous. It is the one world language, binary code. And that escapes a lot of people. And it occurred to me some years ago when I was looking at these new technologies that were coming, you know, Babel and so forth. And it occurred to me, wait a minute, we already have a one world language. And it's transforming every society on earth. Every civilization on earth is being fundamentally transformed through binary code, through the language that we already speak. And so, yes, we are seeing an acceleration. It's prophetic that the same mechanisms that brought the world to ruin the first time will set into motion the events that will bring the world to ruin the second time. That is concrete prophetic reality, and you cannot get away from it. It's prophesied, obviously, in the Bible.
Yeah.
All over the Bible, by the way, from beginning to end. This is the reoccurring idea. It's the phoenix, by the way.
Definitivamente.